ladies, it's Pam, and I want to talk to you about makeup brushes a little bit. What? You don't use makeup brushes? You've never used makeup brushes? You know what? Neither did I before Younique. Seriously, I had a few brushes in the house, never used them, didn't know what to do with them. And now I must confess, my name is Pam and I'm a makeup brush addict. Maybe even a brush snob. So why have I become addicted to these brushes and so snobby about what brands I'm going to use? Because Younique's brushes, like everything else Younique puts out, are the best. Seriously, I have played with my old brushes that were from some pretty good companies and compared them to Younique's brushes, and they cannot hold a candle to Younique's brushes. Younique just knows what they're doing, ladies. That's why they are the #1 makeup company in surveys. Even ask Siri, she'll tell you Younique is right up there. So, what brushes do I use every day? Well, let me tell you. I use their eye brushes every day. Before, when I only once in a while played with cheap CoverGirl or Maybelline eyeshadow, I would use that little sponge brush that came in and fell apart and thought I was doing a great stroke of business with my eyes. Now I use these brushes every single day. These brushes are absolutely amazing. They are to die for when you're putting eye makeup on. So this is the Deluxe brush, which is what I apply my base coat color all over my eyes with. This is the crease brush, which puts your darker color up here, and even I have found is good for spreading it in the corners down here. This is your angled shadow blending brush. This little angle right here is great for if you use the dark shadows for lining. And I also use this to put dark shadows, which I will show you, through my brows to give me brow coverage. And then there's the smaller brush on the top, which is very, very soft, which is great for blending your colors in after you put them on. And there's also this little brush. It is called an angled shadow sponge brush. You can put your shadow on with this, you can blend with this, and here is a sponge, just like you might be used to from CoverGirl, Maybelline, L'Oreal, or whatever drugstore brands you might be familiar with. But this one's not gonna fall apart like those little plastic applicators that you get in those eyeshadows. These brushes are great. I use them every single day, and I really can't believe I use brushes every day, but I do, no joke. Then they have a little concealer brush. It's a great big, actually long, like an eyeshadow brush, but longer. And that's to put concealer under your eyes, or if you want a brush to put it on spots on your face. I used to use this when I used liquid concealer under my eyes, but as I've gotten older and my skin has gotten more textured here, I've gotten away from the liquid concealer under my eyes. But if your skin is not textured under your eyes, you want to use that liquid concealer because it is amazing. We also have foundation brushes, so you can use this nice, flat, soft, the bristles are close together. This is an amazing brush. You just can't believe how good this brush is. This is if you're used to putting foundation on like this. Some people even use this to apply that charcoal mask to their face. I use my fingers, but they make it look so awesome just to put black charcoal on your face when you use this brush. There is also this liquid foundation brush, which is specifically designed for the liquid foundation. It is flat on the top with a well in the bottom. You put like 5 drops on this, dab it on your face, swirl it around, and your makeup is on really, really fast and really, really smooth and even. There is this powder puff brush, which I use to put my powdered foundation on. I just dab it in and just quickly swirl it around, and your powder is on in an instant. And then there's this blush brush. I never would have guessed that a blush brush could be so important to me. This brush is, again, unlike that little tiny flat brush that comes in the cheap makeup that you get in the drugstore. This brush is nice and wide. It's angled so that it just really, really nicely sets in your cheekbones. And this brush is an absolute must, ladies. This brush is incredible. It's I forget, $32 maybe, but worth every single penny. This brush isn't gonna fall apart on you. You're gonna have it forever. I know these brushes sound expensive, but I will post a chart that shows you compared to other brands, they're much less expensive. And these brushes are better even than the more expensive ones. They're better than the MAC brushes or whatever other brushes you've tried before. I guarantee you, you've never tried brushes like these.